What's up, YouTube? Jeff Beck again from DopeTechDaily.com, and I'm super excited today to bring you guys the unboxing and size comparisons on one of my favorite phones of the year. It's the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, you guys know I love using 5.7-inch devices, and the Galaxy Note is one of my favorite phones every year. I really anticipate it. Do a quick unboxing, some size comparisons. I will do a full software tour in another video because I want to get this unboxing done a little quicker than usual. So you can see very similar packaging to the S7 Edge and the S7. One difference is you can see the glossy S Pen right here on the side, sort of glossy with a sort of matte finish here on the box itself. You do notice you got 64 gigabytes of internal storage. That's an upgrade from the S7 and S7 Edge. Same sort of text down here. You can see right here you've got the blue coral color. I ordered the new color, of course. On the back we got some specs. Just take a quick look. 4G LTE, 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. 12 megapixel dual pixel main camera, 5 megapixel front facing camera. We got the IP68 dust and water resistant certified, the iris scanner, which is going to be a lot of fun to play with. You've got Samsung Knox, we don't really care about that. The 64 gigabyte memory with, of course, you've got micro SD support. And if you got this from T-Mobile or another retailer at pre-order, you can, of course, get that 256 gigabyte micro SD card for free. Samsung Pay, wireless charging. Of course, you've also got fast charge, quick charge, and USB Type-C here. That is USB 2.0 though, not 3.0. And we've got Android operating system on board, of course. Not Nougat yet, but hopefully that'll be coming in the coming months. So anyway, let's go ahead and just slide this off really quick, get into the box. You guys can see I already sort of cut the packaging. I just wanted to make sure the phone was fine when I received it. You can see right here the beautiful blue color, sort of shimmering in the light. Really, really is nice in person. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I was actually considering returning this. I got my SIM card right there. I already have a SIM card, so I don't really know why I need the other one. You can see I've got the adaptive fast charging power brick right there. No big surprises in here. It's going to be very similar to the S7, the S7 Edge. You do have your USB Type-C instead of micro USB, of course. You do have, as before, the quick transfer tool. This is the USB connector right here, so you can do the Samsung quick transfer over from another phone. Of course, always with the Galaxy Note series, you've got the replacement S Pen tips as well. And then once again, you've got the Samsung earbuds, and I'll go ahead and take them out, but I've sort of seen from other people, these look like exactly the same earbuds that came with the Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. I just dropped the replacement tips, as I so often do when I take these out of the packaging. And you can see these are the same standard Samsung earbuds that you get with the S7, the S7 Edge as well. So nothing really new in terms of the accessories that you get inside the packaging. You do have one other thing in here, which is new. So this is the only thing really that's new. This is a micro USB to USB-C adapter. So you probably want to carry this around with you. I'm getting more used to having USB Type-C because I have it on so many of the new phones I've gotten this year. But if you're switching over to micro USB to USB Type-C for the first time, this is going to come in handy one day when you forget a USB-C cable. You have a micro USB cable or a power bank laying around. You can use that to sort of connect to your phone, get some charge, etc. Otherwise, just inside here, of course, you got some sleeve with the documentation, and it looks like another SIM card tool in here. I already got so many SIM card tools that it's ridiculous. I don't really need any more. But you've got your terms and conditions. You got a few other things from T-Mobile here. This is the T-Mobile handset recycling program. Nothing too interesting there. Samsung Pay, health and safety, and warranty guide. So a lot of paperwork and a SIM tool inside that sleeve right there. So let me go ahead and just put that to the side, put the SIM card to the side, and let's go ahead and take a look at the phone itself. So let me go ahead and peel the plastic off. Got some plastic on the back. Of course, we've also got some plastic on the front. Some instructions there about how to insert the SIM card, how to insert your micro SD. Don't really need those. This plastic's going to troll me a little bit. Pull that off. As you guys can see right here, we have a sticker with some of the identifying information. Just going to go ahead and peel that off. Last year, this left sort of a nasty residue, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't have the longest nails, so it's kind of hard for me to get the full thing off. I'll have to, yeah, you can see it left a little residue on my phone. I'll have to clean that up. Not too bad, actually. I'll go ahead and wipe that off with a cloth later. That's one thing where it's nice that the Samsung phones have the water resistance. I could actually run it under a faucet if I want to. That's what I did with the S7 Edge to actually get that residue off there. Let me go ahead and toss the plastic off the table. Again, I'm going to show off the software on another phone. I just want to point out some of the physical features. You got the power button over here, as you can see on the right-hand side. My right, you've got the volume up and down on the left. They are differentiated, very similar to the S7 Edge. On the bottom, you can see here, you've got the S Pen. Of course, you got your speaker, USB Type-C, the headphone jack right there. Up top right there is where you're going to put in your SIM card and also your micro SD slot as well. Of course, you got the camera, same camera on the S7 and S7 Edge, your flash on the back, etc. Nice and flush with the back of the phone. I will say you can see that hint of rose gold. It's not blatantly rose gold like the Apple phones. It's a very, very subtle, and it looks beautiful with the blue. I actually like it. I was thinking I might exchange this for the black one, but I think I'm going to stick with the blue color. I like it so, so much. So very, very impressed with the build of the Note 7. The most important thing about this phone to mention is that the phone has a much different feel in the hand than the S7 Edge. Why is that? It's because the curve on the screen is much more subtle. I talked about this in my case preview from VRS Design. The screen does not curve as drastically on this phone as it does on the S7 Edge. So this really feels like a glass phone because you've got the curved back and the curved front, but they're both super subtle. So this metal portion here feels like it's sort of just, you know, the middle of a sandwich between two glass panes, and it feels really, really nice in hand. It doesn't feel nearly as sharp as the Galaxy S7 Edge, and that was one of the main complaints people had about the S7 Edge in terms of the build. It was beautiful, but it was sometimes a pain to hold if you didn't have a case on the phone. They've remedied that here, and I love it overall. So now let's go ahead and get into a few size comparisons, and since I just mentioned this one, let's go ahead and get into the Galaxy S7 Edge size comparison and also build comparison. You guys can see right here, if I do the side-by-side profile, of course, the Note 7 is bigger. It's got the 5.5 inch, the 5.7 inch as opposed to the 5.5 inch on the S7 Edge. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If I hold them side by side, you can see the curve is much more exaggerated there on the Galaxy S7 Edge. And when you hold these two phones in the hand, it's actually a striking difference. You might not think about that when you actually look at them, but go in the store and hold it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So of course the Note 7 is taller. It is actually, apparently it's a little bit thicker, which actually makes it a little easier to hold. If you actually hold the two though, the Note 7 feels better in hand to me, but it does appear to be a little bit thicker in the side profile. And of course the phone, of course, is a bit wider as well. But I would say this about the Galaxy Note 7. Because of this sort of new build and the slightly, the smaller curve to the front of the screen, this is the most pocketable and easiest to hold 5.7 inch phone / phablet you're ever going to use. So that's the S7 Edge comparison, just the size. Here's a comparison to last year's Galaxy Note 5. And you can already see if I put these side by side, in terms of the height, they're just about the same height. They might even be dead on the same height. But again, you can see that the Galaxy Note 7 has that subtle curve to it, gives it a bubblier feel. The Galaxy Note 5 has a really rectangular shape. It makes it not feel nearly as good in hand, and it makes it actually feel like a 5.7 inch device, whereas this rounded curve sort of makes it fit and feel nice in your palm. If you go ahead and put them right here, front to face to back, you can see the Note 5 I think is a little bit wider. Of course, I'll drop the spec sheet below. You guys can check me exactly. But it appears to be a tiny bit. They're almost exactly the same width. So these are very similar dimensions, but again, the new build on the Note 7 really seems to make a huge difference in how the phone feels in my hand. It definitely feels much better to me holding this for the first time. All right, so that's the Note 5 from last year. And then just another phone that I've really been enjoying a lot lately. This is the Moto Z Force Droid right here. It's a 5.5 inch phone as well. If we put those two side by side, you can see the Force Droid is actually a pretty big 5.5 inch phone. It's about the same height as the Note 7, and it's actually a bit thicker than the Note 7. And then if you put these guys, you know, front to back, you can see that the Force Droid is almost the same exact width as the Note 7 as well. So the 5.5 inch phone, 5.5 inch screen size on the Moto Z Force Droid, it's actually, in terms of its profile, bigger or just about the same size as the Note 7. I just want to show you guys that this is definitely a pocketable phone at 5.7 inches. So if you compare it here to the Mi Max, you can see the Mi Max way taller and definitely has a really boxy design. Doesn't have this subtle sort of design that the Note 7 has. Of course, it's way, way wider. And of course, the Mi Max is also a little bit thicker than the Note 7. So you can see it compared to this behemoth of a phone in the Xiaomi Mi Max. The Note 7 is actually pretty pocketable, and it definitely feels smaller than 5.7 inches. Just like I said, the S7 Edge, back when I reviewed that, it's the most pocketable 5.5 inch phone you'll find. This is the most pocketable and usable 5.7 inch phone that you're going to find on the market. All right, guys, so that is my quick unboxing, size comparisons on the Galaxy Note 7. I've got a ton more coverage to come on this phone coming up tomorrow and this weekend. Please stay tuned to the channel for software overview of this phone. I also got some comparisons coming up to the Axon 7, OnePlus 3, and the S7 Edge in depth. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below. Also find me on Google+, Twitter, and Instagram with the links in the description. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content so that I can make more in the future. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.